Hello everyone, I'm Rodolfo Yoshii. Welcome to this special video designed to give you a sneak peek into the exciting SQL nanodegree program, one of the best rated programs in the Udacity platform. I've been mentoring at Udacity for about 7 years, and I do this during evenings and weekends just simply because it's a fun part-time job for me. Now, let's address the elephant in the room first. How do we pronounce it? Is it SQL or SQL? Well, personally, I pronounce it SQL like many other practitioners. But if we go by the book, I think it should be SQL, as it is the acronym for Structured Query Language. Why SQL then? Well, in a nutshell, SQL is the key to managing databases and extracting valuable insights from them. Employers crave these skills more than ever, as businesses worldwide embrace data-driven strategies, so proficiency in SQL is something you must have in your toolkit. Imagine you are in an ice cream store, and before you commit to a whole scoop of ice cream, you decide to ask for a little sample to ensure that that is the flavor that you really want. Well, think of this video as your program sample, a little taste of what's about to come. But before we get too deep into it, let me give you a heads up. If you happen to have a liking for statistics, for numbers, and for uncovering valuable insights, then the SQL flavor we're about to introduce might just become your newest favorite. So, let's take a look at the program, shall we? Let me give you some details about the program. After a welcome message, there are 2 courses, the Introduction to SQL and the Management of Relational and Non-Relational Databases. In the first one, we start with the very basics, from just simple queries and joining tables. We move on to aggregations and as well, one of my favorite sections, the subqueries, which will allow you to gather very granular information from your tables. We also emphasize about the importance of having clean data and the practicality of window functions. At the end, we have some advanced joins and performance tuning, which is very important when managing large datasets. In this first project, the Deforestation exploration, we're going to cover every single concept to make sure that you're mastering all the different skills and concepts. The second course, Management of Relational Databases and Non-Relational Databases, starts with an introduction of the database management systems. Then we go into normalizing data and data definition language and data manipulation language. These first 3 courses or sections are emphasizing the importance of data modeling and creating a proper schema so that when you load the information into your database, you can actually extract the insights that you're really looking for. Then we go into creating, let's say, business rules and as well some performance tuning, why consistency with constraints and the performance with indexes section. At the end, we provide you with an introduction to non-relational databases. And the project you did it's a very interesting project because it is a project where we actually query a social network in order to gather some sentiment analysis. Very interesting. Now, let's go to the first project, the Deforestation exploration. In the Deforestation exploration project, you play the role of a data analyst for a fictitious nonprofit organization called Forest Query, which has the mission to reduce deforestation around the globe. The senior management of this company is tasking you in order to help them create an executive summary. And what you have done is that you've been able to gather some information from some online sources where you have 3 different tables, as shown here: forest area, land area, and regions. The very first task is to create a view from which you're going to apply all the knowledge and skills in order to extract the specific insights in order to complete this report. There are some instructions to follow here. You will need to download a specific template in order to complete this project. And here I have in this part 1, 2, 3, a screenshot of how this template looks like. The goal for you is to create the specific queries that generate the results in order to complete this task. There is a workspace that you can use, and it contains all the information, all 3 tables. And in this workspace is where you can play around with all the queries and apply all the skills. Let me try to open it here. And while we wait, let me show you which will be the single most important skill or factor that will determine whether or not you're going to pass this project. And so maybe you have seen this meme where there is the exhilarating, happy face of a person who completed the query and the query is producing the expected results, just so that 5 seconds later, you get all frustrated and feel that you don't know anything. Now, as long as you're able to keep the ratio of being happy and exhilarated and tackling all those challenges compared to the second image, I'm sure you're going to pass this project. And if you, by any chance, get stuck in this project, don't worry. There is a knowledge base provided by Udacity where you can simply look for the program and the project, and many of the frequently asked questions have already been answered here. But if you don't find it, you can always ask a mentor, and somebody like me or any of the other mentors around the globe are going to help you answering that question. Here what I have is the sample view that I have created, and this is what you're going to be doing, just simply playing around here, creating the view first, and then the different queries that will allow you to generate all the different results that we are looking for. So I just created the view right there. I just already had the query created, but just to validate, for example, if we want to see what this view contained, let me just pull everything from it. I think it's Deforestation, the name of the view, and we're just going to limit the information, the results, to the top 5 results. So as you can see here, these are some of the results from this view. We have country code, country name, year. All these different columns are just simply following some of the schema that is required in the project introduction. Now let me show you a copy of the downloaded template right here. There were some screenshots that I showed you before. If I scroll all the way down, as I mentioned, you have to complete all the different blank spaces, but an important element is that you also answer point number 4 with your own words and answer these 2 questions. And in point 5, under the appendix, what we're looking for is that you include all the queries necessary that you used in order to create or produce all these results. Because what we'll be doing is that we're going to be copy-pasting these specific queries. We will be going to the workspace, and we are expecting to see every single query to work. If you want to know exactly what are the elements that are being marked for this project, you can always go to the project rubric, where you can see all the different elements that we as mentors are looking in order to validate whether or not you have passed the project and you have mastered all the different skills. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this little taste of the SQL Nano Degree program. And please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel or check around the catalog of Udacity Nano Degrees.